Hey, welcome to the Educated Affiliate. My name is Damo, and this is my final Cliqly revenue update because I have been terminated. The Terminator terminated me. Anyways, I appreciate all the comments that I've seen in Tankly. I appreciate the support, but what it comes down to is when I saw what was transpiring, I was blown away. I couldn't believe the numbers. I'm going to go through that story in a little bit and talk about that, but let's get through this real quick revenue. It'll be my last one for Cliqly, and talk about the turbo IPs and these magic IPs, which I don't understand. I'm going to get my final question out about that, and it's not going to get answered, but if anybody knows, I'd appreciate it. Anyways, here are the numbers. Bad as usual. Friday was 40 bucks, man. 2.42% click to open ratio. That's horrendous. But look at this. 9%. It jumped 362% in one day. Now, I was told we were getting the IPs. I was texted, I was emailed and said, you're going to get turbo IPs. You're going to see a big difference in this kind of stuff, and it's going to jump. It's going to be great. And I kind of shrugged it off. Okay, whatever. So Saturday, this is what happened. It jumped. And he told me the IPs weren't coming till Sunday. And then it was Monday, right? So nobody knows what's going on with that. But here's what's interesting. If you look at this section right here, right? So on Friday, $40, I made 402 clicks on 16,635 opens. This jumped 362% on 400 less opens, 420 less opens actually than I had the day before. So that means there were 362% more clicks, over 1,000 more clicks on 400 less opens. So let me ask you that. Let me figure this out. Let me just show you. Here's an email, right? And so the IP has done its job. It got into the inbox. I opened it up, two-shot ammo, whatever. And I'm going to look at this, and I'm just not going to click on it, right? But if I did click on it, can somebody explain to me how the IP has anything to do with me clicking on this once I've opened it? I thought IPs are just about getting it delivered. These magic IPs are just about getting the email delivered. And yet here we have 400 less deliveries and 1,000 more clicks. Now tell me that isn't a spigot being turned on and off. And this is interesting. I'm gonna let's see, pull this over right here, this cost thing. So 362%. Now at tier 15 with this turbo thing, I have to pay $297 for unlimited clicks. The turbo thing is going to cost me $788, $199 a week. And I'm going to have to spend $1,990 in credits, okay? So what does that amount to? $3,075 a month. That's more than the mastermind. So what does that do? That gets more revenue in for Cliqly, right? It alleviates the guarantee because there's no guarantee, which is, if you look at the list, how many people are not getting their guarantee that were supposed to get their guarantee, and now they're making the same kind of revenue, and then we just have to so if we do, we just have to count on the fact that the revenue is going to be good. So let's see, I think that one good day was 145, so 145 times, let's just say 30 days. All right, so I make $4,350. So I make about $1,300, right? How is it worth it? Being committed to $788 plus $297 every month to make $1,300. I just don't see what's happening. But it's a cute little trick, because what's happening is Bobby has now gotten it to where he doesn't have to pay the guarantee, and he's getting the same amount of money, at least for tier 15. It doesn't necessarily for the smaller tiers, but for tier 15. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on. But anyways, that's the last of my revenue. I don't know if I'm going to get paid. They just charged me the $300. I told them to take that back for the unlimited click. and I have credits due to me like 30 million. So I don't know if they're going to refund that. And then I have a commission of like, I don't know, 300 and something. Let's see what my commission is. Let's see. My commission at this point is 419, but it should count today. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it. So we'll see if they pay me. If they don't, I'm going on that list too. So let's talk about that list. I got an email from Bobby saying I had to take the list down, and in order to get unsuspended. I said no thanks. Let's call it quits, and just don't charge me the 300. Make sure I get paid on a Friday. And I forgot to ask about the extra credits, which I'll probably have to eat. But I just said no. I said there's just you're not gonna bamboozle me into taking that thing down. And here's the reason why. The funny thing is, and he didn't even shake a stick at kicking me out. I've been around for 3 years. I've been in the beginning. Him and I have gone back and forth a bazillion times over these 3 years. I have supported him if as much, if not more, than any other OG in the book. Go back and look at all my videos, and I'm keeping those videos up because it reminds me of how I trusted this guy and believed in this guy for 2 years and was so good. And with that snap of a finger, he said, "You're out of here." You know why? Because you're presenting and making people aware of stuff I don't want being made aware of. That's fine. It is what it is. We're moving on. I don't want to be in business with a person that does that kind of stuff anyways. So that's that. But here's the thing. He didn't say a word today about anything, threatening me to take down the site, but he doesn't say, of course he doesn't want to bring it up, because if he brings it up in the meeting, then people will go take a look at it and people will be astonished. And so here's the thing. The site here, let's just take a look at what's going on with the site. The payment help site, okay? Where am I? Here we go. All right, so this is a site, and basically it's just a spreadsheet that I keep updating, because if you click on one of these links, you can send me money you're owed. And it's just a tally of people that say, yeah, I'm owed this money, I'm owed that money, I'm owed this money. So he writes and says, you better make sure that you know the amounts and those people come from, because there's so many lies and it's all untrue and blah, blah, blah. And, I'm paraphrasing. I'm not going to read the email word for word. But here's the point. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Aams Razer, okay? At this point, $203,000. People have personally sent me an email from all over the world telling me that this is what's owed. $203,000. Now, I'm being told it's much more than that. We'll see how this thing goes, continues to grow. So there's this concept, it's called Aams Razer, right? Now he says everybody's lying. He says it's not true. He says the problem's not as big as it is, as everybody says it is. It's been going on for over a year. Can't fix it. Can't get people paid because they didn't check a box or something, which is not, ultimately, if a company had any ethics, they're going to do what they need to do if they owe you money to get you paid. If they have to send you a physical check, they need to do that. But anyways, there's this theory called Aams Razer. I'm sure you're familiar. And what it says is basically the simplest explanation out of two explanations, usually the right one. So let's take that into consideration. What is more believable? Okay, the fact that people all over the world have completely funneled in on Cliqly and Bobby Jones and are throwing in all these false claims to try to get money out of this company, over $200,000 worth, and they've come from all over the world, and they've all settled in on one company and one person, but all their claims are fraudulent. Okay. Does that make sense, or does it make more sense with the guy who has a Facebook page? Here, let's take a look at this. Has a Facebook page who now, this is the beginning, this is the top of the page, okay? They forgot to take me out. I'm sure they're going to take me out after this. They're not even showing posts from 2024. These are all posts from 2023. They won't show any posts from 2024 because everything was going pretty well back then and people were fired up. Look at all this, a year ago. So their Facebook page is totally funny. They totally censor anyone that decides to make a complaint or put in any negative information because they don't want any other negative information. Now, what's going to make more sense? All these people just came together out of nowhere and decided to put money on this list because they think they may get some sort of fraudulent payment that's not owed to them. I mean, who would make that effort, right? Who would make an effort? It's hard enough to get paid when you're owed money and to try to go through the AGs and try to go through whatever. It's harder to get paid when you're really owed money, all the proof you have to show, let alone all these people coming together at once. Okay, let's see how many we got here. 146 people, that's just the beginning. All coming together at once and saying, yeah, this company owes me money. Or someone that has been dealing with this for over a year and a half refuses to say anything about it in his Zoom calls, deletes all his messages from 2024. That's 10 months now of Facebook postings deleted, gone, and kicks out someone that's been as loyal as I have for 3 straight years running and supporting him and backing him up. What makes more sense? With companies all over the place, LLCs all over the place, who knows who owns what? David Beeson lurking in the background. Nobody knows what he's all about. I mean, there is so much craziness going on behind this place. So what do you think is the simplest explanation? And I tend to think it's, you know what, these people are really owed money. And so it took me a while to figure this out. It took me a while to realize that actually people were not getting paid, obviously. So I've only been doing this for what? Well, I've only had the list since Friday. But I started really getting into what a problem this was a few months ago, and that's why I started posting my videos talking about the revenue and how bad things were. But once I saw, and the reason for that is because number one, I was getting paid, and I still have gotten paid. All my affiliates got paid. They had some problems, but they got taken care of. And then people out of the blue were coming to me to get paid, and I was going to David Beeson, and he was getting them paid immediately. And then I'm talking, quite a few people. At least half that list, not the people on this list, but probably 50, 60 people I helped get paid. And they were getting paid right away. So I thought Cliqly was taking care of it. And I thought there were a lot of problems I thought Tankly was just a bunch of complainers. I loved Abby. I still love Abby. We talk every day. But I just thought it was a little much, and these people, come on, it can't be that bad. I was totally bamboozled until I started hearing about how bad it really was. So bad so that I was willing to say, okay, I made a lot of good money from this company. I was up to $1,500, $1,600 a week. I think I made $3,000 one week, and I sort of, changed my lifestyle because of the income I was making in this company. And I'm totally screwed now because that's the case, which is fine. I'm a businessman. I'll go into I got some monies in the bank. I'll go do something. I'm already doing something else. No problem. I'll deal with that. But I was totally bamboozled by what was going on. And so now, I'm terminated. Bobby threatened me, and that's the case. But one thing Bobby doesn't understand, I don't think, is he's told nobody. He's told nobody in support about this, about threatening and about kicking me out. So obviously he said nothing in the Zoom meetings. And, he doesn't want to, I don't know what he's going to do to pursue this. To tell you the truth, but we'll see how that works. But you have to watch this video from Jaws. It cracks me up because to me, this is what Bobby thinks of himself and what people think of him. He just delusional. So let's watch this.
I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry.
And a pen, Larry?
Pen. Yeah, a pen,
Because you're going to do what you do best. You're going to sign this voucher so I can hire a contractor.
I don't know if I can do that without...
I'm going to hire Quint to kill the shark.
What?
August. What are you talking about? Larry, the summer is over. You're the mayor of Shark City. These people think you want the beaches open.
I was acting in the town's best interest.
That's right. You were acting in the town's best interest, and that's why you're going to do the right thing. That's why you're going to sign this, and we're going to pay that guy what he wants.
You know, it cracks me up because
Unknown caller.
I don't know what the situation is with his knowledge of this, or, I mean, he's the owner, he's the founder. I mean, I can't imagine that he's not aware of what's going on and why he would do this. And this is one interesting thing that I think is worth taking a look at. And if you look at a lot of these are 600, 300, 300, 300. There's some big ones in here. But a lot of them are 300, 400, 300, 400, 300, 600. And I think, look at all this streak of 300, 300, 300, 300 now. Even though the average, because of the big ones that are in there, has jumped up so much, there's a lot of people that just have $200 and $300 or $300 and $600 payments. You know what that says to me? It was their first and second time payment. And when they didn't get paid, that was it. They were going to get out. And that says, well, these people, they're spread out so thin. I think that's what these guys do, because no one's going to go after $300 or $600. No one's going to go after anything like that. And they can get away with murder in regards to that. So that's why we posted this page. And, look, I've said time and time again, I don't want to be, I don't want to cause problems. This is very painful for me to do. It's very hard for me to do in terms of, having to do these videos and having to talk about all this BS and this negative stuff. But, this is the only way it's going to get done. And, you need to, share this when you can, keep abreast. And look, there's a lot of people that haven't started legal action yet. There are some people that have. And the fact that there are anybody starting legal action, some people have gotten paid. They've started, I did the video last time where he lied to the Arizona AG about DE marketing not making any payments when they did. And so some people have, but a lot of people haven't, and this is what they count on. This is what they count on. So we started the roadmap for commission recovery, and this was written by a friend of mine who's a member who I've worked with for a long time, and basically is going through the process right now. They're owed a certain amount of money, and so they really developed a roadmap. So you just need to go through this process and see for yourself. There's example demand letters, and now we've got a new section on international roadmap for commission recovery for a lot of foreign people on here. And that cracks me up again. Everyone's a liar, right? But there's people all over the world, people from the Philippines, people from Ghana, people from Canada, people from everywhere, all of a sudden sending me, oh yeah, this company owes me money. Like, who in Ghana would know about Cliqly if they weren't involved with it? I mean, it's just absurd that this is being denied. And all we're trying to do is get things taken care of. I don't know if there's any criminal thing going on here. It sure seems pretty bad. But, my intention is not to destroy Bobby. My intention is not to destroy Cliqly. Even though I'm out, I'll never go back, obviously, because I can't do business with a person like this. But my intention is to get these people paid. I had a guy in Canada. He was 80 years old. I think he's still working the business. Great guy, man. Never complained, never anything. And they messed with him so much with his payments he went through Wise. And it was I had to fight for it every time, probably 2 or 3 times. It was just horrible. How can you do that to somebody? But anyways, this is, what's going on. I'm out, so I won't be giving any more revenue, but I will be updating this page constantly, and you can get a hold of me. Also, I'm going to send you an email for all those people that put your name on the list, so I'll be in touch with you that way of any updates. We just need to share this as much as possible. And for all these people that said no, look at the demand letter, write the demand letter, look at how you can talk to your local agencies and get in touch with them and get the pressure on to get these people paid. This is all I can do. I can't even send a demand letter because they don't owe me anything. Of course, if they don't pay me any money this week, they will. And we'll see about that. But I think they're going to pay me. And there's nothing I can do. So all I can do is this, and this got me kicked out, which is fine. I knew that was probably going to happen, and I was focused on, when I saw all this damage, I couldn't believe it. And I think it's going to get a lot worse. So if you have any questions, you can email me at Damo, the educated affiliate, and we'll talk to you in Tankly Facebook page. I know Bobby's putting pressure on Abby to get my not allow me to post in there. You know, he can't do anything to the group, but he can kick Abby out too. And I told Abby, I said, look, you know, I'll start my own group, and that way you won't be a threat anymore. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but she is super supportive, and she's been awesome. And for all those that want to keep trying to make this thing happen, you know, I tried for the longest time hoping it would turn around, and maybe it will. And I bless you in doing that. Absolutely. But I'm trying to get these people paid, and, you know, just take responsibility. You know, there's no way 146 people and 203,000, they're all lying. It's all fraud. You know, I just don't see it. Norway, really? Zimbabwe, Nepal. Are you kidding me? Nepal? Somebody from Nepal just decided, oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll just put in a claim for $2,200 on this company in Texas. Really? I mean, it's ridiculous. So anyways, this is a long video, I know. But you know, it has to be stated. From now on, it's just going to be updates about the page and, you know, where to go from here to try to get things done, and if we add anybody else. Some of the members I'm working with are awesome. They're really behind the scenes, getting a lot of research done, talking to attorneys, talking to agencies, and making sure, you know, making an easier roadmap for us to make these claims and take care of business. But we'll see how this goes, and we'll see if I hope there's more I can do if I can do it. So bless all you guys, and hopefully we'll get this thing rectified and get everybody paid. But I'm out. I'm terminated, and but I'm not away from you. I'm not away from the other members that are trying to make this thing work. I'll be there to help you everywhere I can. All right. See you later, folks.